Hello, everybody. My name is Zerduku, and this is my Bookmaster Akari. Ready for Chapter 2, everybody. And by the way, that thing that my sister read earlier implies right here. Please, if you guys are still here, still watching this video, I give you an applaud. And I also might feel sorry for you. Alright, are you ready to get into this hell? Alright, let's do this.
Chapter 2 Welcome to Hell, Milo. Milo was floating beneath the river, looking at the sunlight glittering through the surface of the water. Am I dead? Milo whispered to himself as he continued to flow beneath the river, looking at the sunlight opening and closing his eyes. The only thing I can feel is cold. Am I going to heaven? At least I may meet my dad in the afterlife. Never met him. My mom never talked about him. I wonder what is beyond the vial of death. I see it soon, and I hope I find peace. Milo whispered to himself as he finally closes his eyes. Suddenly, something grabs him and pulls him under the water deeper into the darkness of the river. When Milo finally opens his eyes, he is completely nude, and his hands and feet were shackled with chains. He was held up by two concrete pillars. Inside it looks to be a large room with purple carpeting and a blurry neon light on the ceiling, lighting the entire room with a neon color. There was a large bed in the shape of a heart, pushed up against the wall away from where Milo is, and the walls were painted black. There were two doors in the room. One was in front of Milo, about 12 feet away. The other door was to Milo's right, about 6 feet away. Hello? Asked Milo as he tries to get out of the steel handcuffs chained to the concrete pillars. Don't try to struggle. Oh, it's a feminine voice. Whoops. Don't try to struggle. Said a very feminine-like voice. Who's there? Asked Milo, looking scared of what's happening. Out comes from the door to Milo's right appears a human-like woman with a blue skin and pointy elf-like ears, with bright red hair, and she's barely wearing anything to cover her body. She's holding a leather whip and wearing a long leather boots. What? Who are you? What are you? Asked Milo with complete terror, not understanding what's going on. My name is Hondario, the Lord of Lust, said the blue-skinned girl as she walked slightly closer to Milo. She flipped her long red hair onto her back, in a very attractive sexual manner. And all I can say is welcome to hell, Milo, said the Lord of Lust with a slight monocular. What? Why am I here? I don't belong here. What did I do to be brought here? Shouted Milo as he tried to struggle to get out of the train, screaming for help. My dear boy, you did nothing wrong. I just brought you here because little shy boys like you turned me on. Ugh.
Oh shit.
Just
Mm.
this is wrong in many, many, many ways.
Well,
This is jailbait. Jailbait.
jail. I don't even know what that means. I'm not sure if I really want to know.
Insert O face.
Ew.
O face, you goober.
Oh, okay. But anyways.
The one that goes.
Okay. But anyways. Yeah, I guess the one thing we can take from this is that she's a demon, so roll with it.
Yeah, but he's a fucking child.
Do demons care?
Yes.
No.
You can't do anything with a child. There's nothing there to do anything with.
Uh, you might want to read this to, to find out.
I want to skip it, please.
Um, I will put it this way. I guess we can say rape and then skip a little bit.
I might as well keep reading. I'm gonna gross the fucking audience out in the same way you're grossing me out.
Yeah, this part drove me nuts. I did not like this. I didn't like writing this. It was so painful.
I don't think anybody would like to write something like this.
This is gonna hurt. It's like taking a band-aid off.
Worse.
Maybe. Or getting a needle.
And I could not let that be taken away from me. So I dragged you here against your free will. The Lord of Lust responded as she holds his chin at the same time. Milo stops trying to struggle, looking terrified as he stares into her bright yellow demon-like eyes. She smiles with lustfulness. Milo wanted to ask what she was going to do to him, but he was too terrified to speak. The Lord of Lust looked upon Milo's terrified face and smiled, and she licked Milo's cheek in a very sexual manner. "What are you doing? Please stop!" shouted Milo after Dario licked his cheek. And Dario opened her mouth and stuck her fangs on Milo's muscular little arms and drank the blood from his arm. If he's dead, he doesn't have blood.
Um, there's. We'll talk about that later.
Milo screams in agony and terror as a result. Dario, with a long purple fingernails, cuts the skin on Milo and drags him down the sides of Milo's body to his butt. You forgot the other T on butt.
Catastrophic failure.
Milo continues to scream for help, but his screams go unheard as no one is around to help the restrained, beaten child. Then Andaria puts both of her hands on Milo's head, and then she closes in to kiss him on the lips, with her tongue going into Milo's mouth. I refuse to read this part. Stop! As this is happening, Andario stops kissing him and just looks at him very closely. Just admit it, Milo. You're having so much fun, aren't you? Said Andario with a dramatic smile, revealing her fangs to Milo. And Andario slides. Okay, I'm not reading that either.
Go. Okay, it's fine. I can totally. But they can see it.
Read at your own risk, people.
Yes.
If you want your mind to be whatever the word is for that.
Destroyed.
Yeah. Milo frowns as everything is happening, and because he is young, he doesn't understand what's happening. He's completely terrified of the entire situation, and he's completely helpless. Perhaps I should show you what you've been missing out on, said Andario, as she stands up and takes off her brown bra along with her cloth-like panties, revealing her naked body to Milo. Milo was unable to look away, and he was unsure what the Lord of Lust was trying to convey to him. "You're speechless. Do you like what you see?" said Andario, as she makes a sexual pose in front of Milo. However, Milo does not understand what she's trying to do. Also, Milo feels something weird. Oh God. I'm sorry, but if he's 7, this wouldn't happen.
Yeah. And Ariel explains.
"What's happening to me?" said Milo, completely confused. as he is still hanging from the chains that are hooked to the concrete pillars. When I dragged your soul here, I made a few changes to the physical body that I created for you for my own pleasure, said Ondario.
Just in case if you guys are not getting it, in hell they make their own physical bodies, and Dario made his and left most of it the same except for a few changes.
Basically made him into like an adult body.
Sort of.
Enough for it to work properly.
Yeah, and that's why he can bleed and stuff, because it's a made body in hell. They can literally make bodies.
Said Ondario as she puts her finger on Milo's lips in a very lustful way. The Lord of Lust strokes the back of his hair, puts both of her hands on his back. I am not reading that either.
Read at your own risk.
I'm skipping this. All of this. No, thank you. If he's already dead, he can't die again.
Well, if you destroy his physical body, he dies again. But
Yeah.
that's the thing. It They can keep making bodies over and over again, so you can die again and again and again in hell.
Mm. I will keep this here long enough for people to read, or you guys can just pause. Anywho. Well, it seems that I was a little too rough, however, said Dario as she walks backwards away from Milo's corpse. Then Milo's soul ejects from the corpse's mouth. Dario picks up Milo's soul. Don't worry, Milo. Next time I create a new physical body that is more durable, so you can feel all the pleasure from my body, said Ondario with a demonic smile. Milo yet again wakes up in the same room. No! Not again! Please be a dream, Milo said to himself as he wakes up and looks around, noticing that he is in the exact same room as before. Due to the fact that Milo is an innocent child, he does not understand what is happening to him. To him, it feels like a nightmare that never ends. He wishes he was back home, but no matter what he does, he is in hell, and he knows that he is going to live in an eternity of sexual torture. The Lord of Lust walks into the room and closes the door behind her. Hello, Milo. How is my sex toy this morning? Said Andario with a very seductive voice. She walks over to him and puts her two fingers on Milo's chin, staring into his eyes. Milo had a look of fear on his face with tears dripping down his face. Please do not touch Oh, please do not touch me. I am begging you to release me. I do not belong here, shouted Milo. Ooh, you are so adorable when you beg for your life, Milo. Why would I want to let you go after constructing a more durable body than last time? It's too bad that I have some paperwork to get to. Otherwise, I think I will spend my whole life seducing you, said Ondario as she lets go of Milo and looks down at him as he is still chained up completely nude. But don't worry, Milo. I have some friends who could keep you busy for me. said Ondario with a very seductive giggle as she turns around and opens the door to three large male demons walk into the room. That whatever you do there, boys, don't destroy my sex toy, said Ontario after she leaves the room. After she leaves the room, Ontario can hear Milo scream for his life as he gets raped by all three male demons. The Lord of Lust walks down the hallway away from the door with a silent, dramatic giggle, knowing what she did. She eventually makes her way to her room as she's going through a bunch of paperwork on her desk. Then all of a sudden she hears a knock on her door. "You may come in," Ontario responds. One of the Lords of Lust minions walks into the room. The demon has devil wings with mohawk horns on his head, and his skin is purple, wearing a leather armored cloak. "Ontario, the Queen of Hell requests your presence at the High Council," said the demon. "Oh, really, Loco? And for what reason does the Queen want with me?" The Lord of Lust asked with curiosity and a smile. "Word has it that the time has come again," explained the demon. "Oh, so we're hunting them again. It has been 2 centuries since we hunted them last. I was hoping to never see those creatures again, especially on the battlefield." Andario responded, "If that's the case, tell the Queen that I refuse the call," responded Andario as she goes back to her paperwork. "You defy the Queen of Hell? You know that goes against the rules of Hell itself. I should report you as a traitor," explained the demon. Andara then looks up at the demon, and as she sets down her pen and walks around the desk, sliding her metal fingers, scraping like fingernail. Oh, sliding her metal like fingernails, scraping the concrete desk. She takes her whip and wraps it around the demon, choking him and pushed him down to the ground. "Laco, since when did you have the balls to stand up to me? When did your balls drop? You do realize standing up to me makes me extremely horny," said Andario as she tightened her grip whip with the leather whip around the demon's throat as she puts her face closer to the demon's, close enough to kiss him. "I much rather have you kill me than make me into one of your sex slaves," said the demon, struggling to speak as Ontario continues to strangle him. All of a sudden, Ontario lets go of the demon. As a result, the demon falls to the ground, grasping for air. "I'm not blind to the rules of Hell. You must know that I feel them more than any other creature in the entire multiverse. That's why I wanted to refuse. But I cannot refuse the Queen of Hell," said Ontario. The demon looked at her confused after he was able to breathe easily again. Ontario exits her room, leaving the demon behind. "You'll pay for this," the Devon whispered to himself, rubbing his neck. Yet again, Milo wakes up, but this time he is in a different room. Milo looks around and sees black spiked pillars with skulls carved into them. The room is extremely dark, and he is yet again chained up completely nude. And in front of him is 8 crystal spears. "What now?" said Milo to himself as he tries to struggle to break free. Andario walks out of the darkness and up to Milo. "Milo, it's going to be a while before we see each other again. But to make sure that you're prepared for anything that happens, I am going to make you a stronger boy than you were before," said Ontario. "What it could do this time?" shouted. What could you do this time?" shouted Milo in fear, with tears going down his face. "Just sit back and watch, and do not blink," said Ontario as she picks up a knife and slowly and painfully cuts out Milo's eyelids so he cannot close his eyes. Ouch. Milo screams in agony as the blade pierces his eyelids, and blood drips down, covering his tears. After Ontario is done taking out his eyelids, she leaves the room, and in front of him, the crystal lights up like a television showing Milo all the evil things that humans have done throughout the multiverse. Over time, this starts to make him go completely insane. He begins to lose his mind. A month goes by, and the minions of Ontario in her house rally up and talk of
Mutiny.
mutiny begins. Laco stands above the other demons and he speaks. Ontario is nothing but a traitor of our great home, and as a result, we should overthrow her to remind her what the rules are of Twilight Hell, shouted Laco, standing above the other demons. Half of the demons agree with him, but some of the other demons remain loyal to their leader. And as a result, the demons begin to fight amongst each other with swords and advanced magic weapons and magic spells start to be cast in a battle of demons, Ontario filling Ontario's home with demon blood spilled. While the fighting is going on, the demons find Milo still locked up. As an act of revenge, they show her cowardice to the Queen of Hell. They release Milo from his prison, and Milo slowly stumbles out of the building and escapes out into the dusty world of Twilight Hell. After being raped multiple times and whipped severely with his eyelids cut out, Milo was stumbling through the ash, bleeding and hurt, with no clothes. He looks around and sees that Twilight Hell consists of multiple asteroids connected by massive iron trains and large skyscrapers built on the foundations of these asteroids, with a giant castle in the center holding the asteroids together. The only sky is the look of dark outer space with red mist-like clouds around the stars.
That is pretty cool.
Milo stumbles his way to what looks like a portal. Milo was in so much pain he did not know what he was doing, and he walks through the portal. The end, guys!
I hope you guys are okay and not scarred for life. I am so sorry for that inconvenience. Um, Akari, are you okay?
I will be.
Alright. Please like and subscribe. This is Sudoku and Akari signing out.